Hey,
Ah,
reviews,
back up in here, yo.
and we just got back from watching
Anna,
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 Anna.
Anna, M for Moscow. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. All right, so Sasha Lush, man. Okay, I'm not really one for all the skinny, petite spy drama thriller type films because there have been a lot in the last year or so. But I was surprised by this one. Now, I think it's safe to say that everyone who has seen the trailer for Anna was like, okay, all right, I'll give it a chance, right? Right? And then when you watch it, you're like, oh, okay, so the trailer on that scene, all I'm going to say is it's way better.
Yes.
When you get to see that scene is long. That is a long scene. I'm gonna save it for spoilers, but yes, good stuff.
Yes.
Now, let's start at the beginning of this film. We follow her character, who is they call her Anna. I forget what he calls her. She has a past. Obviously, every one of these films there's a past. So they do talk about her past. They talk about her current spy dealings, all that good stuff. I think they do a really good job on throwing you right into action.
Yeah.
And then like
story,
taking a step back because you're like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they kind of reveal the story as they go. It's like, okay, action, here's some story. Action, here's some story. And they kind of like just go back and forth.
Because right when you were like, man, that was dope action. Why did that just happen?
Yeah.
And then they go back and you're like, that's why that just happened. And like, not to say I haven't seen it done before, I feel like this film does it really well.
Yeah.
Right?
They do a pretty good job in terms of just keeping track. Now, they keep track of like the time, because it does jump around in the timeline a little bit.
And nothing that is too confusing though, right? Like it's a couple months here, a year there, 3 weeks here, and it makes sense with what just transpired or lays foundation for what you saw. Like if you have a question, you're like, oh wait a minute, why or how, and then all of a sudden, time skip real quick.
Yeah, and you're like, time skip to kind of see it from a different angle or different add an extra scene or something like that, and you're like, oh, okay.
And it's done really well. I think, man, like it's difficult for me to say that pretty much everyone that was in this film seemed to have really good on-screen chemistry.
Yes. Yeah, they did a good job together in terms of this building the scene and building their characters.
Yeah, and Cillian Murphy, homegirl from Red, 1 and 2, she does a good job. And then I'm sorry.
That's Helen Mirren.
Yes, Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Got my people mixed up. I'm sorry. My bad. Way too. She's been in way too many movies for me to mess that up. So my bad. She does a superb job.
Yes.
They do a really good job on her makeup.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know it's her, but man, she looks so. I think it's because I know, like she has one of those faces that is so recognizable that even with all that makeup that they put on her in here, you're just like, I know it's her.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of like more to see like what she's been through in terms of like.
And she has like a madam presence about her, right? Not like some KGB high-ranking person, but like more of like a madam type of vibe that she has going on for like she's pimping out KGB agents. And Luke Evans, who he got a lot more attention for being in the Fast and Furious movies, but I mean realistically he's been in other films as well. He was in that Dracula film. It was actually, I thought was pretty good. Not that great, but pretty good. And he does a really good job in this one.
He does in terms of the agent and working with her and their interactions and things like that. So they do a good job with just him and the American agent.
Now, what would you, okay, so I know we were talking earlier and there's Red Sparrow and Atomic Blonde. Like those are like two that came out more recently that I think people would remember.
Yes.
That kind of had a little bit of star power behind it that stuck out a little bit. I'm gonna say this was better than both of them.
Yeah, this is better.
Like hands down.
Hands down better.
Like if you took those two together, like the good parts of those two, and then made that into a movie, kind of what we watched.
Yeah, this is what you get. It's sort of like the Atomic Blonde action with the Red Sparrow type story and espionage.
Yep.
And that's kind of what they did a good job of taking kind of the both from those two and just making it a movie and go, what worked over here and what worked over here? All right, put this together.
Yeah. And not to say that this film doesn't have moments that are slightly predictable.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, though, you don't really know how it's going to unfold. Like, you kind of have an idea of, like, maybe, all right, okay, well, I kind of knew something like that was going to happen, but it still surprised me the way it unfolds.
Yeah, it's like it keeps you guessing in terms of how they're going to pull certain things off or how it's going to end. Because it shows you a scene, you're like, oh, so how are you going to pull this off? Like, so they have to figure out, like, going backwards and seeing what's going on and seeing the plot and everything change and what's talked about. A good job.
I 100% appreciate the setup that clearly, like, went into the creation of this whole story and this world, which is set, by the way, in the early 80s or mid 80s and early 90s, which was really cool. I actually didn't know that about the film. So being an 80 baby myself, I was like, all right. So that was kind of cool. You more or less watch. I mean, I know there's other films that are spy based that are timepieces, but I think this one does a really good job
of using like the 90s and 80s technology in terms of looking at the cameras and looking, cassette tapes and things like that.
And the usage of cell phones overseas was a lot higher, but they're more like bar-like looking phones and Nokias and what have you, but nothing too crazy like nowadays, right? No smartphone technology, nothing like that. So that was pretty cool. Overall, what would you give this?
Overall, it's a good 3.5 for me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was watchable. I enjoyed it. I mean, it didn't like blow me away, but it was still a really good movie.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give it... I really love this genre, so I'm going to give it a solid 4.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a solid 4. I think if I'm really, really harsh, I think I'll maybe drop it down to 3.5. But for me, I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to give it a solid 4. I really liked her role, given the fact that she's an actual model.
Yeah.
And she pulled off all these scenes like amazingly well. Now I'm not gonna say I think maybe the choreography could have been just a smidge better. I'm not saying it's bad in any way, by no means. Just saying if you compare it to maybe like a John Wick or even like I have a martial arts film enthusiast in me, and like that choreography level it's not here, but it's close. Really, really close. I would say no different than maybe a fight scene that you would see like Halle Berry do in John Wick, or even from like Atomic Blonde, or from Red Sparrow, right? So on par with that, and in some areas does exceed it. I would say for sure. Oh man, in a lot of areas it exceeds it. Okay?
We'll talk about it in spoilers.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in spoilers. So overall, do you go check it out this weekend in the theater?
I would say yes, but there's a lot out this weekend.
There is.
There's Toy Story, Child's Play, Anna, so there's a lot. I say maybe debate between Child's Play and this, depends on the horror movie fan, which I am. I actually decided against
if you're not trying to watch a family film,
yes,
I think this is the better pick, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you just want to go watch, like if espionage films are your genre, your passion for movies, hands down, check this out. Right?
Yes, definitely. If you love spy movies, watch this one.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be it for us, because we are very anxious to do the spoilers, as you could probably tell. We really, 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 really want to see some stuff about it. So like, comment, subscribe, and thank you once again for all the love, especially those that are coming to us via our Captive State review.
Yes.
Blowing up.
Blowing up.
We might even hit 10,000 on that bad boy.
Maybe.
Giveaways, maybe some T-shirts. No? I guess. Maybe. Okay, maybe. He disappeared.
Free?
Right? He's like, giveaways? I don't know about that. But once again, thank you for all the love. Don't forget to share, like, comment, And you know, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe.
Subscribe.
We post videos every Thursday night, so maybe Friday early morning for some of you. Right?
Depends on where you're at.
Yeah. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.